And if we ask the stars what they mean, what would they say back to us? Welcome! You want to go on a card journey today? Give me some of your time, and I'll give you some of your story. Well, let's see what the cards say. Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to Koi Plays Tarot. My name is Koi, and I'm going to be your tarot card reader for today. As a set of quick announcements, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification button. That way, when uploads are made, you can see what the stars are trying to say to you. Also, if interested, individual reads are back up and open, so either message or email me directly. Link is on main. We'll set that up, okay? Taurus, what are we looking at in this round of reads? This is going to be your ATC, your As Things Change read. Right now, it's being recorded more towards the tail end of May going into June. And the ATC reads, newer style of reading for the channel, but we just dive right into it. We put the fives on the board of each element: water, earth, fire, and air, represented by cups, pentacles, wands, and swords respectively. And the fives, if you see the Learn With Me series where we talk about different cards of the tarot deck, the fives are cards of conflict. We dive directly into the conflict, trying to understand what's going on and what can be gleaned out of it. Just rip the Band-Aid off and we'll see where we go. So as a preamble to the read, Taurus, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but don't always be so willing to reverse. At times, if it gets difficult, understand that I, as your tarot card reader, I'm not here to misguide you or mislead you. Trust me, I got 12 signs and none of the time to do any of that. Instead, we lay our cards out on the table, and good or bad, come rain or sunshine, we talk about it. Because at the end of the day, tarot is a conversation, just an energetic one, yeah? So follow along with me in the read today, Taurus. Your ATC, As Things Change read. And yeah, let's see what the cards say. We're going to start over here with the Five of Cups, okay? Show us the cards we need to see, please, for Taurus in this read. For the Taurus Collective, just leaving. Oh, wow. Just started, okay. First, 10 of Wands. And alongside that, Four of Swords. Why can't we calm down? What else? Show us cards that we need to see, please, for the ATC read, As Things Change for Taurus upon the Five of Cups. Eight of Pentacles. Oh, nice, nice. When we feel like we're on the cusp of evolution, and we finally feel like, yeah, I'm ready to make that leap. I think it's easy to look around our current circumstance and just look at everything in disgust, right? That Five of Cups being sorrow and regret. Now I'm looking at a Taurus who is completely fired up, but also trying to temper themselves and learn, okay, I gotta relax about this. But I'm elevating. I'm just better than where I'm at right now, whether that be in my current life circumstance or let's say I'm moving up in my job, my career, my life, everything. Like I'm expanding outwards, and now I'm looking around at everything around me, and it's such a disappointment. Well, also understand life happened around you there too, right? I don't want to say that it was pure misery. You're just realizing that evolving isn't always the most fun process, because it puts you in a circumstance where it's like, yeah, if you're ready to make that leap or you're getting ready to make that leap, things are going to seem kind of mundane to you because you've outgrown them. That doesn't mean they didn't hold their value, though. I don't want you to forget that. Next to the Five of Pentacles. So it's the card we need to see, please, upon the Five of Pentacles for Taurus in this read. What do you feel impoverished from or left out and left behind? Why the Five of Pentacles? Ten of Cups. Okay. Harmonizing towards where we should be. The Page of Wands, keeping the optimism bright. And last, the Six of Cups. No matter who you're finding on the other end of that connection, Taurus, because I'm not necessarily reading a lover, I'm more so reading as a close confidant or a friend with that Six of Cups. I think it was like they were your lifeline, and they're making you remember, no, there's so much more out there. Go look, right? Whoever this person or whatever this promise was made, that soul bond, it kept you it kept you floating with a life raft, right? And in doing so, that Five of Pentacles, oh wow, there is so much out there. And now that I'm awakening and becoming more into myself, I'm expanding outward, I'm harmonizing what should be. Yeah, I feel like I could accomplish so much more now because I believe it, right? No one can make that step but you. Whoever that person is, they're going to be there for you. But the optimism of where everything is at, yeah, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it just got to be. Keep trying. It will get here. Next to the Five of Wands, show the cards we need to see, please, upon the Five of Wands in this read. What are the direct conflicts that are rearing themselves right here and now? What do we need to see, please, upon the Five of Wands in this read today? Seven of Wands. Okay. And now that the moment is coming, are we going to go back into our shell? Why so? Five of Wands, because it becomes more evident the conflicts and everything around us. Temperance, card Sagittarius, knowing that eventually things will heal with time, but right now decisions must be made. Yeah, it's been a while since you've been in this state of activation, Taurus. I commend you for that. However, you're also not one to back down from a challenge if you know you can succeed. So when we put these factors together, these Five of Wands mirroring each other, we're guarded about the decisions that we've made so far, but it's turning into this level of almost self-criticism and inadequacy, rather than understanding, no, I wasn't the exact right person I needed to be for that moment. Now that I am evolving, I'm coming out of my chrysalis, my pupa stage, whatever we're talking about, to spread my wings, I also need to understand that needs to take time, right? I am here right now where I'm at for a reason. However, for where I'm going, I needed to have all the pieces in place for that to happen. That's why Temperance is coming out. We're taking all this fire, because you pulled only fire under fire, right? That's a lot of flames. And we're saying fire isn't just meant to burn, it's meant to be an activation energy. It can be used proper and in better manners if I learn how to control it well. Next to the Five of Swords, what about the internal monologue? Show us cards that we need to see, please, for Taurus and their ATC read. As things change, what's going on internally with the thought process? Oh, that's a break. Let's be honest. Show us cards we need to see, please, upon the Five of Swords for Taurus in this read. Seven of Cups. Okay. So will we squander the possibility in front of us? Can we truly make it balance out? And more so, Nine of Pentacles. Can I truly step out on into my own? Right? The Nine of Pentacles is a notion of separation and autonomy. In this card's depiction, it's a feast with no one sitting at the table. But the Nine of Pentacles represents proverbially the keys to our own garden, right? That we are secure in ourselves, but we also are abundant from within. And therefore we can make that choice. No, I'm good with me. And right now, because you are at the cusp of that, next step, that evolution, all these feelings of inadequacy and other factors are starting to come unearthed, because what they're asking is, do you really want that? Or are we better off in our comfort zone? Right? So you're challenging yourself right now, Taurus. I do commend that. But don't let that voice overshadow all the evidence in front of you that maybe it is time to level up. Underneath it all, Nine of Cups. Giving the best of ourselves, showing the best of ourselves, but even more so, the endearment of what that actually takes. Next. Give us a card underneath all the fives. The five primaries in this read. Show us the cards we need to see, please, for Taurus. Define every base five in their ATC read. Okay. And so being forced to wait, being locked into the state of hibernation, you're fearing that you might regress and that you won't get things done. That Five of Swords coming out because on that Five of Cups, we're just dissatisfied or lamenting like, wow, I could have gotten all this stuff done if I just, really took things more seriously. And now that Five of Swords coming out underneath the Five of Cups, what happens if I'm sabotaging this opportunity too? These are real feelings, but they're not the only definition of who you are and where you are right now, Taurus. Keep that in mind. Underneath the Five of Pentacles, the Fool. Because we know, and especially whatever this connection was to you, Taurus, really pulled you out of the depths and saying, no, there's a lot of life to go live out there. Yeah, you missed out on some of it, but that's okay because you have a lot more of it to see. Don't lament what could have been. Focus on what can. Next, underneath the Five of Wands, Star. The reason why all this fire is coming out, this confrontational energy that's pushing you to say, make choices, do things, get this done, et cetera, it's keeping your hope alive. Whereas, your connection to whoever this person was kind of like a tethered string, right? Slowly pulling you along. This is tug of warring you, right? This is saying, okay, with the fire that exists right now, all these things are coming up for a reason. Knock them out and you're going to be good to go. And next to the Five of Swords underneath, Two of Swords. Confusion in the station, but even more so, can we do it? I want you to tell yourself that it is possible, Taurus. Because all these signs wouldn't be coming up around you if it wasn't indeed a change on the horizon. Underneath it all, Death, card of Scorpio. And here, death being in the best representation because it means transformation. This old you, we're coming to a crossroads of a conflict where your transformation, your level of it always possible, personally, career, monetarily, whatever you want to call it, it is coming. It requires that level of death because it requires transformation. What then are we left to become when the old ways are no longer beneficial or even familiar to us anymore? Okay, so as we move towards resolution, first define all the major arcana across the table in this read. We will start with Temperance, and just as things change for Taurus. Why Temperance? What are we trying to learn with controlling a fire? So the cards in front of you, please, for Taurus in this read. And Temperance, where do we go? Five of Wands. Yeah. All these things that we let slide for so long are now coming to the forefront because we got two Five of Wands underneath that Five of Wands, Taurus. All these things that we let slide for so long are now coming to the forefront because ultimately part of us knows that you can't keep everything. In order for me to get to the next step, of course, conflict is going to happen because it might not be in this city. It might not be at this job. It might not be. All these things are coming up at once because they're asking you what is worth keeping, what is worth letting go of. And that's how you know you're actually on the right path because you have to start asking bigger and deeper questions. Next to the Fool, Devil, card of Capricorn. Interesting. You're almost shaming yourself, just like I said back here. And also underneath the Five of Cups, you're almost shaming yourself for wanting a new beginning, not because this person or whatever this connection is didn't believe in you, but the reality is part of you didn't truly believe in it, right? And now that you two are seeing the vision that that person saw with and or for you, it would be easier to say, oh, this is just a pipe dream. No, while you're actively doing it, absolutely not. It's a lot more than that, but you have to want for it more and not shame yourself about the months or years that passed by. But just be very hyper present in the moment and saying, every day, a life worth living, every day, something to get done, right? Once we're honest with ourselves about that, even if we felt like we should be farther in whatever pathway that we've chosen, understand we did something right, and that's why we're here. Next, to the Star. Nine of Swords. There we go. So, upon hope, again, located underneath all this fire and learning how to put out conflicts and what's worth keeping, what's worth fighting for. We have our hope that we take action upon. The Nine of Swords is one of the best cards, in my opinion, to pull underneath the star, because the star represents our dreams, our goals, our aspirations, light, and the endless sea of darkness. However, it is a lofty goal unless it is acted upon. The Nine of Swords being a card of action, knights being the vehicles of action, swords being the most fastest element in wind. Combining those two together, we take action upon our goals and dreams. And this is one method of doing it, then we're going to embrace it. I like that for you. And in resolution, we see High Priestess, trusting our intuition, knowing how things are playing out right now. And Star, the card of Aquarius, we kept the dream alive, no matter what it takes. Underneath it all, Page of Wands, a little bit of optimism goes a long way. What do we see in your read today, Taurus? I like this for you. I'm looking at somebody who's finally coming out of their shell, who is about to be on the next stage of level up in their lives, who had a connection with them that kept on, keeping that hope alive. And now that they're ready to change, they're confronting a lot of different forms of conflict that they're having to ask what it's worth fighting for right now. Ultimately, if we're changing, then some of these things cannot be kept along with us. It doesn't make us a bad person. It just means that's what true evolution looks like. Not the illusion that we hold on to everything, but the actualization of knowing that we have to let certain things go. And so underneath all of it, certain confusing tendencies and certain, second guessings, those are meant to happen because we are starting to appreciate time more. We're starting to live for the experience more. We're starting to self-actualize more. Do not shame yourself for being, right? Because ultimately the best of you and where you're getting and where you're going requires that transformation to happen. That's all I see in your read today, Taurus. I hope this conversation helped. And, it's been a long time coming, but it'll be an even longer time going. Experience everything that this opportunity has to offer. It'll work out. I'll see you around, okay? Take care.